Hey everybody, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Zach.
And you're watching S and Z. So welcome to our very first Halloween video of the 2018 season.
The reason for the season.
And today we are doing something we are super excited about. We are unboxing the Hocus Pocus Blu-ray sets. This year is the 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary.
And Disney is kind of going all out for it this year. It's amazing. I mean, if you look at Spirit, they have pops, they have costumes, they have everything. Even the parks have a ton of Hocus Pocus stuff, which I haven't seen, honestly, ever. And they came out with some pretty cool Blu-rays this year.
I think so, too. And, I mean, it's... Obviously, they've been like, oh, we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. And Hocus Pocus has been one of those movies they put out in a mass release that was just like, oh, you don't really need special features, do you? And we're like, yes, there are special features. Give them to us. We know they exist. And this year they finally were like, I guess so. And it took way too long for them to do that. And obviously, if you're a fan of Blu-rays at all, you know that Hocus Pocus has already come out on Blu-ray, like I said, several years ago. Bare bones, included the DVD, no digital copy, like really just bottom rung stuff. But this year, they're re-releasing it in a regular version, and Target has an exclusive kind of digipack, digibook kind of style one, and Best Buy has an exclusive steelbook. Those did go on sale today. Best Buy's varied in price from like $12.99 to $29.99, depending upon when you ordered it, and Target was like $15.99 to $17.99. We were very fortunately, able to get a copy of each of those, so we're going to go through them. Which one do you want to start with?
I don't know.
You want to tamper expectations and kind of go this one first?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's calling my name, but I think we need to go basic.
Are you calling
first.
its name?
Woo! Yeah, I am. I need to open that thing
okay, so
now.
we're doing that one first. So, the Best Buy exclusive edition is book. It is a steelbook version of the book. And I'll get into a little more detail with the picture, like kind of once you see that glare of everything else. But, I mean, you can see it's beautiful. And you get all that kind of goodness on the back. And it details just everything that comes with it. The We Heart Hocus Pocus Trivia and Treats Edition. Now, that's kind of like a movie mode. And you have to watch these features within the film. That's kind of lame, but I understand that and I appreciate that. And then the original 1993 production featurette, which is awesome. That's been on YouTube for years, and every time anyone says, it doesn't have any features, be like, throw this on there. And they finally did. So, yeah, just...
Now, I will say, we never buy steelbooks.
Never. I hate steelbooks.
I bought one when I first started collecting DVDs and Blu-rays, when we first met, and it was for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
It was really cool.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a really cool case. It's just steelbooks, for some reason, they don't want to be the same height as the plastic cases, and they don't want to be the same width as the plastic cases, and it just looks weird. They don't fit together very well, and sometimes they're a little bit flimsy casing.
It varies. I don't like steelbooks for the collectability of them. Not to say that it's tough. Because there's so many countries that release different ones, this and that, and it makes it so much more complicated than just getting a regular Viva Elite case or anything like that. It's just so much more convenient in my opinion, and I like the cover art. So, I mean, this is probably our third, fourth steelbook, maybe something like that. Not too many. I have the Suspiria 4K that they released in the UK, Pokemon when they released that trilogy that came out, and maybe one other one, but really nothing. And I don't collect them because I just don't. I don't really like them, and I'm not going to be the guy who wakes up every single day trying to be like, oh, let me get that steelbook. Oh, let me order that from Xavier. Oh, let me order this one from all these guys. It's too complicated. But without further ado, I'm going to pop this open here. Be very careful.
So when we went to Best Buy to pick this up, we actually went to a store that had 8 in stock. That was the highest total that we could find in the city that we live in, and we live in a pretty big metropolis city, so they are extremely limited.
We live in metropolis.
They are very limited. They sold out online. I mean, if you can find one, phenomenal.
$12.99. Like,
yeah,
you can't do better than that.
It was $14 total with sales tax. So I'm so excited. Like, the moment Zach showed me this is coming out on Blu-ray, I got really excited because, like he said, the original Blu-ray release wasn't that great. Some of the features that we'll talk about in a minute are phenomenal, and we are super excited about. But when he showed me this steelbook, I was like, I need it. I need it so bad. And it even has, like, the eyeball, it has the stitching, it has all the snakes, and then on the back it's even decorated, and it's just, it's so beautiful.
And the spine, of course. So you know it's Hocus Pocus Anniversary Edition.
And then if you look along the top and the sides, it looks like book pages.
It's binding. Kind of like that, even has like a clasp.
The lock, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so great.
To me, that's pretty detailed. That's what I prefer in a steelbook. If I were, like, if something ever pops out at me, it's because it's something like that. It's not just, oh, it has different cover art and things. It's something special. And this one is nothing if not special.
But no, it's amazing. The detailing in it, I mean, you can't even see it on camera how detailed it is, but it's just, it looks like the skin that the book is made out of, and I am so beyond happy with it.
The stitching is, you can honestly make it out, because, I mean, it's there in a picture, but the details and, like, the different levels in this really is pretty fantastic.
And even, like, the metallic pieces that in the actual book are metal, they even look
they're
metal.
slightly embossed, a little bit raised on that.
The only thing that doesn't really look like the actual book is the eyeball, but that's whatever. I mean, that's such a minimal thing compared to everything else on this, and it's just so pretty. Yeah. Oh my gosh, on the inside, it has the inscriptions for their spells. I don't know if you could, there we go. So, it's a very basic, it's just the DVD, or excuse me, it's just the Blu-ray. It's not like a huge multi-disc set or anything. It's very much simple, but...
Yeah, they're really starting to get to that where they are not including the DVD, and I appreciate that because they're actually dropping the price. Like, the regular edition is just $15. Doesn't have a DVD, but includes a digital copy, so that's kind of cool. I can hold that.
But yeah, like, even behind the disc has some stuff. It's
what
nothing.
Does it say?
So this one is Witch's Brew. It says a cavern in the middle of boiling cauldron. One witch, thrice the binded cat, half mewed. Two witch, thrice and once the hedge pig whined. Three witch, harpier cries, this time 'tis time. Four witch, round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw, toad that under cold stone, listen of blood instead of flow, ing instead of pouring forth the warm steam, newt saliva, stop a blood like a wall, stop like a reef in the sea, dash a pox, stir thrice, like stiff sedge in the moss, like a boulder in the field, one thing more and all is done, add a bit of thine own tongue. So,
yeah, so that one is in the movie. At least that part of it, a bit of thine own tongue.
This is what they used for Billy, isn't it? This is what they used to...
No, that's what they would have used for Emily. To kind of like make the whole thing. It's like...
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's super cool, and it's super detailed, and it's just... It even looks kind of like parchment, like aged parchment, and then it even kind of looks like it's written in blood, which is kind of terrifying, but amazing. But just super detailed, and it's just... This is really like... This is for a Hocus Pocus fan, which I definitely am. So I am so beyond excited that we were able to get this edition. I am floored with how nice it is. Like, I knew it was going to be good, but that's beyond something. Detailed. Like, it's amazing.
And I kind of go over the features because that's super important, especially to me. Like I said, that Hocus Pocus edition, it's pretty interesting. I'll just kind of read off what it says here. Deleted scenes. I know there are some. A lot of people are upset that there's still some missing deleted scenes. They're like, oh, it's only in script format or things here and there. We're probably never going to get a deluxe edition, so we should be thankful for what we're getting with this. This is going to be pretty much the be-all, end-all until Disney ever maybe starts licensing out to anybody, which would never happen. Fun facts and trivia, so that's kind of cool. Cast and crew commentary. As far as I know, that's like interspliced interviews with people. I think there's a couple recent ones, but there's also a lot of older kind of vintage ones. Concept art and storyboards, behind the scenes secrets, and more. And something that's not listed on here, something that I read online at least, they kind of try and, like, anytime there's a popular line, they'll like throw something in there for that, like remain calm, I am calm. It's like they'll show something on the screen. And there's also a virgin counter, which denotes how many times the term virgin is said in the movie. I've yet to see that. I look forward to watching that, and it's going to be a drinking game. That's something we're contemplating doing. We just got to figure out the mechanics, but this set is pretty great so far. So on to the next one. And this is the Target exclusive. I love that artwork. That's really the classic poster artwork, and this is the reason I really wanted this one, because that to me is so much more beautiful, and just how, sorry, I know I'm getting a lot of glare on there for you guys, but it's just how lovely that looks, that nice painted look to it. Mm-hmm. And I think the other cover art, which is on the discs, it looks fine. It's so used. I mean, that was on the VHS, that was on the DVD, that was on the original Blu-ray, and even the anniversary Blu-ray, but to have this is just so much nicer, and to have it look different than the Best Buy exclusive is also pretty great. So,
which, I mean, if they had done the Steelbook in this cover art...
And the UK, as far as I know, this is what this is going to look like.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool, because like you said, that is kind of like... That's my favorite picture when it comes to Hocus Pocus.
I could be wrong. I actually think it might be the cover art, and then this is like on a different part of it, but yeah.
But either way, like, if that had been the cover art for that, probably wouldn't have ended up getting the Steelbook.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that every single one of these special editions is different.
It is, yeah. I mean, different things, different features, because there are so many different things. And really, this is pretty standard. Disney releases this type of packaging at Target, and they release the Steelbooks at Best Buy. That's really common practice for them right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to get into this thing. I just want to find the best way to do this. It's going to be gentle.
Ooh.
So obviously, this thing is fancy. Look at that. It's gorgeous. It's the purple color and that night sky and the moon. It just is great. And I love it has all their names on it. Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy DeJimmy. I think that's awesome. To kind of like... Because they don't really ever do that. They kind of just like, oh, it's Hocus Pocus. And like, no, look at my names. They are emboldened at the top. They look beautiful. Yeah, so it's obviously a pack. So as you see, I'm sliding this out here. And this just has a very nice look to it. The cemetery, it's got Binks there and then a moon there. I like this. I think that's very nice. And kind of a slipcover. So I know there's people out there who are like, oh, it doesn't come with a slipcover. You could buy this. Slipcover. But getting into the meat and taters right here.
Which that definitely is the artwork that everybody uses for everything when it comes to this movie with any media release I've ever seen.
And that's nice in this context, I guess, because it's not the main artwork.
Yeah.
If you look on the side, obviously blank, doesn't. But this is cool.
I love it.
Here lies the body of Emily Binks. It's got Binks. I think that's fascinating. Like, just...
Yeah, because I saw that on the back, like where the featurettes are and everything. Like over here in the corner, they kind of had that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That's also on the Best Buy back cover, if anyone's kind of curious.
I was like, that's interesting. I've never seen that before, so that's kind of cool.
Obviously, that's for us. So I'm going to actually do this first real quick. I'm going to pop this pup open. Anniversary Edition Blu-ray. Right there in the Best Buy. As it was in the picture online. Anniversary Edition Blu-ray. Target, as it was online. People were... That was a big contention on the Blu-ray forums. They were like, oh, the disc looks different. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. They're two different discs. Yeah. Two different pressings. That is crazy. I don't know how in-depth I'll get with this, but I'm at least going to like put in both of these and see kind of what it looks like. But I had to point that out because that's crazy to me. And it's
weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's region A, B, and C if anyone's curious. I know it's coming out in the UK, but still good for people to know. But that's almost just so much more effort, really, because this is kind of how they normally look. But that one is, I don't know. That's weird to me.
Well, I love that the inside cover is like inside of their cottage at the beginning of it with the cauldron and everything.
It's beautiful. And under the Blu-ray here, that's just kind of an extended look at the Sanderson Museum. So put that back in here. But the main reason to kind of get this one is going to be the 40-page behind-the-scenes book that's included. And that's pretty cool. I was gonna say it's gonna be just a lot of like pretty standard stuff. It's very, very sturdy. I feel almost like I'm breaking it by having to open it. And it's creaking. Ooh.
It's a Halloween book. It has to creak.
As I say, it's new. Yeah, it's just behind the scenes
Very glossy.
Very glossy, very pretty. I'll show you guys here in 2 seconds.
It's kind of cool, though.
Kind of. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. They're just kind of going through and a welcome. I assume that's from the director. No, yeah, Kenny Ortega. So that's from the director. It's just his career is fascinating. All the stuff he's kind of done. Got your boy Omri Katz right there, Max Dennison, but just all these things and just kind of detailed profiles on each character, and kind of discussing a little more facts and features. It might be in the trivia on there, but yeah, just
that's really cool.
I like it. Dennison family, the late great Charles Rocket. Yeah, they really.
Billy.
So it really is just a lot of character profiles. Then it kind of gets into hair and makeup, and then discussing the Sanderson sisters' house. I'm sorry, I keep putting this in front of your face, sweetheart. It's not very nice.
No, it's pretty cool, especially for somebody that's really big into the behind-the-scenes stuff. Like, the fact that they have a featurette in there of nothing but the hair and makeup that they did. That's pretty cool, because especially if you look at the Sanderson sisters, a lot went into their hair and their makeup, especially Bette Midler and Kathleen and Jimmy. Their hair is like... That's a character all on its own, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then in addition to hoisting the actors in the air, filmmakers also created dolls to replicate the Sanderson sisters flying. So there's a Sarah Jessica Parker doll. That's fascinating.
Nobody wants.
See? Tips and tricks. You don't know. And then they have a little section on deleted scenes. And then in a deleted scene, the Sanderson sisters visit a grocery store for the first time. I think that's one of the ones that's excluded. And that depresses me tremendously.
That would be hilarious to see them.
Yeah, and there's
seeing them doing the down a grocery aisle.
And them handing out candy. There's a scene of them, I assume, in the gym or the pool at the school. And yeah, those two scenes are not included. It's one of Max and his dad fighting. That's kind of cool. And then, hey, someone's wearing a very Wayne's World-esque looking hat. Doesn't say Wayne's World, but yeah, it's just kind of behind the scenes magic with Hocus Pocus. And then a very nice looking little concept art right there. Yeah, and then the sisters again on the back.
Obviously.
It's very nice looking. It's a welcome addition to kind of Hocus Pocus because it's...
I agree.
This movie has really transcended just being a movie. It's a culture to a lot of people. I mean, it's 25 years old at this point in time, and I don't really know how many other movies that are so kind of, I don't want to say underrepresented on, like, media formats, but kind of are. I mean, like, by the same token, Nightmare Before Christmas came out the same year, is getting similar treatments. Best Buy has a Steelbook, Target has Anniversary Edition, but it's just not the same, I guess.
I mean, you can find Nightmare Before Christmas stuff everywhere, year-round. I mean, they even have the Haunted Mansion at both Disney World and Disneyland made over to look like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, and then there's, like I said, I think it's in Tokyo that they're doing a walkthrough, like, Halloween Town thing, and that's really cool. But it's just, that movie gets so much more representation than Hocus Pocus, but I feel the fandom is almost as strong, really. It might just be kind of more, we're in the shadows a little bit, but we're still there. And I mean, for a movie like this that they were like, we're going to dump this on the wonderful world of Disney, we're not really going to give this a full theatrical release, and then they were like, yeah, let's do it. Released it in like July, which never made any sense. But that's a whole nother thing.
But like I said, Disney's finally kind of getting their heads out of their butts about it. Like, the past couple years during the Not So Scary Halloween Party, they've had a Sanderson Sisters stage show, which is pretty good. I mean, it's mainly, from what I've seen online of it, it's them kind of joking around, being those characters, singing I Put a Spell on You, kind of like they do at the dance hall in the movie, and then it moves on to other things, but that's better than nothing. And the fact that they actually have merch this year is amazing. Loungefly has a purse, which is pretty cool. Loungefly's been getting into a lot of Disney stuff recently, but the fact that they actually came out with a Hocus Pocus one, I don't particularly like the way it looks. It's a very vintage looking black cat. It's supposed to be Banks, but it doesn't work for Hocus Pocus for me, but the fact that they attempted something is pretty cool. They have spirit jerseys, they have shirts, they have patches, they have pins. Like, there's so much stuff based around this movie now that I wish had been a thing when we were kids.
Yeah, because even for a Nightmare Before Christmas, I remember there being toys, but it was like, we're going to make 10 toys, and no one's ever going to talk about this movie for about another 10 years, and then people are going to go like, oh my gosh, what?
Have you ever seen this movie?
Yeah, when Hot Topic came out was when Nightmare Before Christmas became popular.
Yep.
But yeah, and Hocus Pocus, it, like I said, it was a slow release of things. Like, they were like, oh, we'll put out the Blu-ray. Oh, we're going to put out some stuff. You want some costumes? Yeah, we're going to work on that.
We'll get you some costumes.
And then this year, they're like, the floodgates have opened.
Pops,
Everything.
deluxe costumes, like, it's insane.
This anniversary has everything. And it's great, because people get to kind of have this movie, and I have not seen the transfer for this, so I don't know if it's different, but they even redid the DVD. They made a better DVD, and it has no features, but it shows that, hey, we are still invested in Hocus Pocus. And then, of course, the book. I mean, you can't forget that they released a novelization this year along with a sequel.
No, I mean, the fact that they finally gave us somewhat of a sequel is pretty cool.
I agree. I mean, they've been talking about the remake for years and years. I know last year they were like, officially it's happening, but...
And then it didn't happen.
Who knows when that's going to happen.
Well, then they gave us the book instead, and they were just like, this is good, right?
Yeah, this is acceptable.
Yeah,
Don't worry
and
about it.
I mean, the fact that Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy and Jimmy are all like, we'll come back.
Yeah, they're like, we have no...
We'll do it.
We're waiting for the
Please.
call. Just pick up, and we're there.
Especially Bette Midler. Bette Midler's like, I will
Bette Midler.
do
will
whatever
be
it takes.
Sanderson until the day she dies.
Oh, very much so.
Even past that.
It's nice that Disney's finally, like, you guys like Halloween? We'll give you Halloween. You guys like this stuff? We'll give you this stuff. Like, they gave us, like, Disney Channel original movies Halloween themed, but nothing ever really resonated with me the way that Hocus Pocus did.
I disagree with that, but that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be it for this unboxing. Hopefully you got a good look and kind of see those. I would advise you to rush to pick them up if you want them. People claim that they're going to be restocked. I don't know. I don't know how limited these are, but enough that if you were really looking for them, you should try and get them today.
Definitely.
Maybe tomorrow. But
I
soon.
mean, we were at Best Buy the moment they opened this morning, so, yeah, like I said, pretty limited, but if you're looking to get something cool for this release,
Super worth it.
Heck yeah.
Super.
So definitely leave us a comment down below. Let us know if you picked up any of these today or if you're going to pick up any at all. And leave us a comment letting us know what your favorite Sanderson sister is. Mine personally is Mary.
I like Mary a lot.
I love it. I love Kathy and
I
Jimmy,
do
and the
too.
fact that she rides around on a vacuum was always my favorite thing.
She's just, and it's Kathy and Jimmy too. So she's my. I love Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, but
Kathy and Jimmy.
Peggy Hill, always and forever.
My Peggy.
Senor Peggy.
Well, until next time, I'm Sydney.
I'm Zach.
And you've been watching S&Z.
Bye, everybody.